Hey guys, it's Matt. I apologize to 85% of you for having to make this video. And you know what it's going to be about. I'm not even going to use the name Star Trek James T. Kirk. I'm not going to mention it. Everybody knows all about it at this point. I wasn't familiar with this person. And I apologize to 85% of you that would say to me, Matt, yeah, we're with you. We see it the way you do. But it's amazing to me that even 15% or so of the people here, maybe not quite that, but certain people that I would consider even old guard are falling back into the weeds on this, doing exactly what the Not Milk wants, falling back into the weeds, getting emotionally charged on one side of this issue or the other. I mean, have we not learned our lesson? Again, 85% of you going, Matt, I might as well turn this off. You might as well turn it off. It just has to be said. And if we were all together on this, I wouldn't be making this video. Again, it's just incredible how people fall back into the weeds. I will hint, have I broken down every bit of what happened and studied it? And no, I spent 5 minutes on this video, 7 or 8 minutes over here. I'm not going to spend more than 20 minutes looking into it. It's obvious what's happening. No matter what really happened or what didn't really happen, it's obvious what the Not Milk wants from this. It's just so plainly obvious. And I've come across some truth channels and they're not even saying anything like what I'm saying. It just blows my mind. Are we the only ones that can just see through this fake reality at this point? Start with the absolute basics. Does this situation create friction in the country? Turmoil? I had one old guard saying that there'll be certain steps maybe taken closer to a civil you-know-what type situation. But violence will break out here. Is this situation create loosh, energy, friction, turbulence, hatred, neighbor hating neighbor, husband hating wife, brother hating? Of course it does. Does it create that situation in the extreme more than most situations we've ever seen in our lifetime? Of course it creates that sort of friction and energy. Then if there's no possible way then it can be natural, organic, or just happen to play out that way. Can you believe I even have to say this? But still there's some people here that don't even get it. It's 100% not milk. Now, does that mean that the first grade or the fifth grade truther will say, that means it's David Bowie Island? And I guess we'll have to talk about the possibilities there. But see, it doesn't matter. Why do we have to go there? It doesn't matter what really happened to Star Trek's James T. Kirk and Spock. It doesn't matter. All we have to do, every one of us, should be saying whatever happened, even if it's real, it's fake. All of these things are a possibility. It's obviously it's designed to do exactly what it's doing. That's all these truth channels should be talking about. Well, what really happened to him? Who cares? Do we really have to know that? Do you think the Not Milk, this just landed on the Not Milk's plate? And the Not Milk, is there certain people saying, well, the Not Milk certainly using this, Matt, to its advantage. But what really happened. And I'm not saying it's cake and a lake either. I'm saying we should get to the point where it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anybody reaching out to me, Matt, do you really think it really happened? Do you think it's David Bowie Island? See, then you're not at the level you should be if you care about that one bit. And it's not a situation that just landed on the Not Milk's lap. They're Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island Control Center. Oh, look what happened here. We can really use this. No, even if the person going around to these college campuses believed in every bit of what they were doing, knew nothing of what I'm talking about. That's, again, what he knew, how much of a puppet he was, whether he believed in every bit of his conservative endeavors. I had no idea who this person was, and I'm thrilled I didn't know. That means I'm really separating from it. People started reaching out to me, who the heck is this guy? I have no idea. So I'm thrilled that I really had no understanding of who this person was. That means I'm really doing a good job separating from it. So again, it doesn't matter whether David Bowie Island it really happened. Even if not, the basics are very simple. When something goes mega viral to the 1,000th power, and it's on every single newscast, and it's on every single website, there's no possible way that it just happened. And the Not Nilk said, wow, we can really use this. It's all Not Nilk, which means every bit of it is planned out and coordinated. I mean, it's just Pootie Tang Award. I hear you, Matt. But you'd be surprised how many people, even in our circles, are falling back into the weeds, talking about the details of this. It's very simple. What really happened to the individual doesn't matter. This is a situation that's being used by Not Nilk to create tension, to create hatred, tension, loosh, friction, controversy, hatred, disputes among neighbors, breakups in families, whatever it may be. It's very simple. And if it's used in that way by Not Nilk, then it couldn't possibly be what it seems. That doesn't mean that the person's on David Bowie Island with a pina colada right now. Maybe it really happened. So it doesn't matter. But only thing we should be talking about is how the Not Nilk is using the situation. I guess I'm just going to video just goes on. I'll just say the same thing over and over again. But even that, again, remember when we say when we back up and look at the absolute basics, it all starts as usual with anything we look at in this reality. It all starts to break down. I was saying to Greg yesterday, he was telling me about this person. He knows a lot more about it than I do. Saying, well, how did he even get into this situation or became this great proponent for certain conservative principles? How does he even get to go to college campuses? What if I called up a college campus? I just pick up the phone right now. This is a landline I have from the Goodwill. Should I just call Villanova right now? Hello, Villanova University. This is Matt McKinley. Yeah, I would just posit myself as a conservative. I would like to do what James T. Kirk and Spock were doing. I'd like to come down and have a debate with, say, certain liberal groups. Is that bothering you? Certain liberal groups? And could you arrange for me to come down and speak? I have a large presence on YouTube, and I understand it wouldn't be as easy for me to pick up the phone as somebody that's nationally recognized. But how did he become nationally recognized? The point is, would the Oxford Union debate hall ever take me? So look at this individual. How did he even get on campus to start with? How did his reputation grow? What if I wanted to I'd love to debate people. I'd love nothing more than to once or twice a week, stand at a podium with an audience and just debate whoever, whether it would be somebody that believes something is real or is a proponent of science, or one of these egghead university professors down here at the University of Pennsylvania or Villanova. I wouldn't be making videos that would be preparing for my debate, so we'd have to, $5 to get in or something, and that's how I could put food on the table. I'd love nothing more than to go around. Matt, you'd take the risk that you'd be with. Who cares? Yeah, in a second I'd go down and hold these same types of seminars. The point is, do you think I would ever be let on campus? Do you think I would ever be given a forum? Of course not. Well, how was this guy given a forum? How did he get so popular? Anyway, it's 100% Not Nilk, not 99%. There's nothing organic or it just came out of the blue. Not one bit of it. Now, there's two possibilities. Either the Not Nilk saw him as a blank official lamb, a blank official, and it really happened? I guess it's possible. So not really have a real tender caring for human life? It's possible, I guess. Or is David Bowie Island? Another pina colada, please, over here. I'm a big man right now. Make it quick. Get on it, you son of a beach. Right now, ordering drinks? Sure, it's possible. Could you, that second part, you know how offensive that would be to some people? People just, but for the old guard, or the people that have been here, how easy that scenario it would be to somebody that serves a role for Not Milk and then is rewarded. You think there's not a landmass on the map that exists the size of Texas that we don't know about? Or we'd have to know about that. Why? Why would? Of course, there's a landmass. I mean, it might be the size of Rhode Island, but that's big. That's big. I mean, they don't need that much. That certainly could be happening. Matt, we should do a Not Milk travel tours. I can't do a travel tour, so I don't know anything about it. If it wants to blindfold me and take me there in a secret bat jet or something and unblindfold me when I get there so I could film, I'd like to do a Not Milk. I'd do it, sure. I'd like to do a Not Milk travel tours to the island that doesn't appear on no map. Most of my heroes don't appear on no stamp. Chuck D. Is it fight the power? Yeah. Fight the power. Fight the powers that be. To Elvis was a hero to most. Sorry. Here you go, Zara. People want to see you. They don't care about seeing me. Hi, Zara. What do you think happened to that? Do you think it's all Not Milk, sweetie? Of course it is. All these truth channels running around. There's no reason for me to keep saying the same thing. There's no possible way something could be this big if the Not Milk isn't behind it 100%. What really happened to him? Who cares? You're close to graduating when you don't even think for a second that matters. Thanks for listening.